You know, Concha, in his press conference, Mayor Jacob Frey went after ICE. I'm trying to pull the quote. I don't know if I got it quite. He said that they pummeled and shot him to death. Those were his words, the mayor's words.
Right.
He said that minutes after this happened, or at least hours after this happened. Hours after that, Tim Walz comes up, doesn't rebuke that, doesn't have an opinion of that whatsoever, but then says DHS was wrong for posting a picture of the gun because they rushed to judgment. I don't understand how an agency providing the information their agents gave them is rushing to judgment, but a mayor using terms like pummeling and shot to death is not framing a judgment.
Joey, Frey and Walz are gaslighting with a nuclear blowtorch.
Yeah.
Because obviously this has now happened 3 times, right? Where you have Nicole Good, who tried to, I don't know if she intentionally tried to hit that ICE officer, but he was hit in the torso. There was internal bleeding. He had to react. Then we had last week where you had not 1, not 2, 3 illegal immigrants that went after an ICE officer, including one with a snow shovel, which at last check, if you hit somebody cleanly with, can be a deadly weapon. Thank you. And now here, literally a guy pulls a gun on an ICE officer. He defends himself, and they're saying that, oh, no, he was only attacked at this point. Jacob Frey just said in that clip that you just played, Joey, that we need Donald Trump to act like a leader. You know what? Back in 2016, when Barack Obama was deporting 3 million people out of this country, you had leaders of Minneapolis and Minnesota and all across the country cooperating with ICE to make sure that that happened smoothly. That's acting like a leader, not what Frey is saying at this point, this human broomstick of a mayor that we have in Minneapolis.
You know, Kaylee, we're going to talk more about all of this. And I guess my point is, it doesn't matter if those ICE agents, it doesn't matter if we find out that they really weren't justified. What matters is how leaders react in the moment to keep other people safe, to keep the other ICE agents safe, to keep the other protesters safe, to not put their own law enforcement officers. I mean, we saw a video today, I watched it happen live, that Minneapolis law enforcement officers had to retreat in a way that was basically giving up the city. As a leader, you just can't let it go there.
You're exactly right. And you know, there will be an investigation, and every ICE agent will have to answer for how they conducted themselves throughout this entire operation. But the fact of the matter is that by encouraging people to resist or to go out and flood the streets and get ICE out of their city, people like Tim Walz and Jacob Frey are making these sorts of interactions and these consequences far more likely. If they encouraged instead local law enforcement to simply work with federal immigration officers to turn over the criminal illegal aliens in the jails, in the courthouses, where you see other red states are actually cooperating with ICE, then these instances would not be happening as frequently. And I think Tommy made a very important point that I think that we need to touch on here, which is that there are really 2 competing claims of sovereignty right now. And the reason why the Trump administration